Hello everybody and welcome back to Stone Valley. I'm Craigie Boy. Thanks for checking us out today. So you catch us and we take on where we left off in the last episode. We are planting carrots back in this field. Now today's episode is going to be a little bit different because I have got a friend of mine called Josh who is going to be sitting in with us and he's going to be watching what the gameplay is and he wants to learn the game himself. So hello Josh.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So what we're doing today then, we're doing carrots in this field as you can see now. Josh, you want to learn how to do farming simulators, so you're getting to see here now things in person of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Have you done much carrots before?
I watched the last episode where you put the line down. I don't think I've seen a video of you putting carrots down before.
So when I first got this farm, this field was already had carrots in it, but they weren't fertilized, which means we don't get a very good yield on it. So I wanted to put carrots in it again to see how much of a difference from the last sort of harvest to this one, when it's fully fertilized, how much better the yield is going to be. So as you can see, we've had to lime it. We've now sort of jumped ahead. We've completed the field because we're not going to make you sit and watch every single bit of the field we've done because we will be here for quite a while. As you know, it takes a little bit of time. So seeding is done in that field. Now we've got 2 more fields that have all done, ready to go. And I've been speaking to you before, Josh, telling you what we're going to put in them. Onions, because this map allows me to do onions. And onions are quite an interesting thing. And if you can see on the screen now, onions are quite a good price of them. So everything per 1,000 litres, over 3,000 per 1,000 litres for onions. In some of the field sizes we've got here, oh, that's going to be quite a nice amount of money. So this is what I've got planned. Carrots in this one to see if I can get over the 370,000 that I did on the very first harvest of that map, of that field, sorry. This field and the next field, onions. Does that sound good to you, Josh?
Sounds good.
Have you ever planted onions before? Or onions and carrots, are they kind of new to you?
They're new to me. They're new.
I must admit, onions are new to me as well. I've not done this game and sort of done onions, so that's what we're going to put in here. So, sit back, let's get some onions on the go. So as you can see then, this is a nice size field for onions. So Josh, looking at the size of this field, the price of onions, can you see why it's a good idea? Because we're going to make a nice chunk of change off this field. I don't even, do you want to have a wild stab? What do you think money-wise we're going to make off this?
No idea. It's going to be a nice little earner though, isn't it? Some petty cash in the tin.
It's going to be, yeah, exactly. It's going to be a nice little earner. So we've got this field here. You can see there's a little grass partition. And then the next field is also going to be onions as well. Now, we just you know, get them both done. Put them together. Nice chunk of change. That's what I like. It's all about making money on this game because some of the fields on here are huge. And obviously there's a lot of money to be made. But there's also a lot of money to try and buy some big fields. And it's all about trying to make some money. We're not doing too bad at the minute. 505,000 in the bank, but it will keep dropping. Lime is expensive. If you've got to lime a field, whew, it's a bit pricey, that is. So onions are going in. And I must admit, they're not actually going down too quick. It's always a bit of a worry, is our onions going to sort of go out the seeder quite quickly, but they're actually doing all right. And I do like this seeder. It's a nice width. It's good. It doesn't hold any fertilizer in it, so, you know, you've got to do fertilizing after. But, Josh, you've seen some of the equipment that we can have for fertilizing. We're pretty good. Now, what I recommend for fertilizing is just go get yourself a nice little tractor. Doesn't need anything too powerful. You know, you need some power to pull the seeders and plows and stuff like that. But go for sort of a medium-sized tractor. Now, there's loads you can go for, as you can see. But get yourself a nice little one. Nothing too, but, you know, just double check as well. If you can have a look on the seeders, on the fertilizers, you can see don't take any power. So it's not like you're trying to pull anything through the fields like plows and seeders. So really, you could pretty much go for anything you want. So it's not much point wasting a lot of money on a really expensive tractor. So just have a look through the list, see what you can find. Get yourself a nice little one. Depends if you want to customize it on colour. Are you into customizing colours in your tractors or not?
For ones that I'm going to keep and use for a lot of the time, yeah. But ones just for little jobs that are going to get sold back fairly quickly, get some money back on.
So you don't want to worry about it if you're going to lease it?
Yeah, leasing, I wouldn't bother doing the colours.
No.
If I was buying and I knew I was
it.
going to keep it as my main one, then I'd be all over customising it.
Fully with you. So this one I'm planning on keeping because this is a nice little one for fertilising. It's not too big, not too powerful, 145 horsepower, 31 miles an hour, not bad. Loads of colours to pick from, as you can see. So what would be your go-to choice of colour?
I like a bit of purple.
Oh, you like purple, do you? Okay.
Keeping on brand with the Big Saturday Night Show, of course.
Yeah.
And I love a bit of orange as well. Not together.
Okay.
They don't work together.
I was just going to say, that's a combination to put them together.
But no, separately, I do like those two colours.
Okay, well, for this, you see, I kind of like the onyx. Onyx is the black, but it's more matte black than this shiny black. It's not gloss black, it's matte, and I do quite like that. But it's just, there's so many colours you can go for, so many different options, you've got different engine. Clearly, I have to go for the slightly powerful one. You see that I've now upgraded to the 201 horsepower. It looks pretty smart. I quite like that. Nice little tractor, does the job for what you want. Fertilising, £152,000. It's tractors aren't cheap, by the way. So you need to make sure you've got a chunk of change in the bank. Now, so I was thinking of going for the JCB colours because that's what I've got on my other one. But then I thought, well, I want this one to be a little bit different. It's a smaller tractor. Let's go all black. Let's proper all black all over. Wheels, body, everything. Beautiful, like it. So now, let's go find out. Let's see if we can get some weight. Now, again, weights are not a massive issue when fertilising. I was just more concerned being a smaller tractor. If there was going to be a bit of an issue with, something big on the back like that, might actually try and pop a wheelie. We don't want it popping a wheelie. So get a little weight on there just in case. And obviously it's handy as well in case you want to do other little bits with it. Last thing you want us doing is with the drive wheels coming off the ground. We don't want to be doing that, do we? So
it's good fun.
Now we've got to wait. Well, it's good fun, yes. But now we've got a weighting tractor. You can go on this map and reset them, and it puts it back at the yard, the main farm yard. No long trips up to the shop.
Very, very helpful where I've taken equipment down very narrow roads.
Yes,
and got
definitely. Well, I do like this map because you can reset things back to the main farm yard like we've done here. So we can grab the tractor, grab the weight. Fertilizer's kicking around the yard somewhere. It's one of them things you put away for safekeeping somewhere. Can I find it? Probably not. Oh, it's through there. Let's go through here. Can we squeeze through? It's not looking like it.
Well.
Who put them gas tanks there? We don't really want them there. I love my silo to the side. If you're just wondering, Josh, this thing to the right is my silo. It's a flat pack unit. So you can actually buy it and flat pack it in the game, and then you press build, and it suddenly you just see the thing building up in front of you. It is good. So let's go get this. This is my fertilizer. Yeah. Now you've used one of these before for lime and fertilizer before, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I have.
Now, this has got a little bit of lime in, so let's dump the lime, and then we'll go put some fertilizer in it. Again, the lime you can just save. If you save it in them little packs as you just seen there, you can be able to use them again if you need lime again. But I have actually turned lime off on this map. As you will find yourself, you might need to do it for the first initial go on a new field. You might need to put lime in.
Alright.
Sorry, not lime, fertilizer. You might need to put... sorry, yeah, I was right in the first place. You need to put lime down on the first bit of a field. But I have turned that option off, so it won't ask me to put lime down again. But you need to do it for the first go when you plough it, lime it for the very first time. After that, you're all good. You just need to keep up to date with the fertilizing because that's what helps the yield and makes it better. If you don't have any fertilizer on it, you're still going to get a good yield, but not as good as you could do. So why not get the best yield you can? So these are my favorite, the little seed hut and fertilizer huts. They're so cool. All you do is drop them on your farm somewhere, pull up next to them, and you'll be able to fill up with seed or fertilizer. And the seed one covers every seed going, and obviously the fertilizer one covers fertilizer, lime, everything you can get, herbicide, the lot. So you best of both, really. But I have already got a little lime station, just because I needed a lot of it. On the map, there is a lime station. It's a bit cheaper, and I was traveling to it to start with. And then I was like, do you know what? That's just a bit of a ball ache, because lime goes so quick. Them spreaders absolutely chew through the lime. So I had to put one on the yard just to make it a little bit quicker. So we've done that. We've got the little fertilizer hut here. We're going to see if we can find a place to put this. You don't want it to interrupt the ground, because you can see there, ground's a bit uneven. So if you're not careful, it would kind of destroy your ground. So you've got to be a bit careful of that. You don't want to go too high, too low. Otherwise, you're going to have to do some surgery on the ground and repair it. So just keep that in mind, when you start placing placeables down.
Yeah.
So as always, you get a bit of a different ground pattern around it. Just tidy it up to blend in with whatever kind of patterns you've got on the floor. As you can see, look at this. Nice and neat. So it's not disrupted the ground too much. But you might find occasionally you get slight little raised bit, or a slight little low bit. You can see, look, it's a little bit raised. So you can come back and flatten that out at a later date if you want, if it's annoying you too much.
Yeah.
So let's fill it full of fertilizer. Now, fertilizer goes a long way. So you will find that you could buy 2 of these if you've got the money. Buy 2 and have 1 full of fertilizer, 1 full of lime. So then you haven't got to keep dropping them off.
Yeah.
Because the fertilizer will last a lot longer than the lime.
Okay.
Not too expensive, but I don't know. Depends. You might be able to find cheaper. There might be cheaper places around. Depends how crucial you want to play the game and how crucial the money is to you. At the minute, we're not doing too bad, and I think when I get to harvest these onion fields, that's where we're going to be making some money. We are, carrots and the 2 onion fields, I definitely think we're going to be making a nice chunk of money. So I've just gone into my options here, because there is options where you can get the helper, the worker, to buy fertilizer, lime and stuff like that. Now that is very expensive. So I've just made sure that I've turned that option off, that it is purely down to me. I have to fill it up, because that's what you want. The last thing you want to do is ask the worker to fill it up for you, because trust me, you'll see your bank balance dropping rapidly.
Yeah.
But this has got a nice spread on it, nice wide spread, which is what you want. So I think we'll just chill out and just let the worker crack on a bit.
Yeah.
So as you can see then, Josh, it's not tricky to do. It's quite a simple thing to do, the fertilizing. If you pick up something like this that's got a nice spread pattern on it, it doesn't take too long at all. So
no,
you're picking things up as we go here.
Yeah.
So you're learning a bit about carrots, onions, and now fertilizing.
I need all the help I can get. You've seen
well,
me
this
playing.
is it. You're new to this game, you see, so this is why we're trying to teach you. This is why you're sat in now on this episode to see how things are done. So the worker's doing a good job here. Workers are very handy if you want to get some nice straight lines. And if you look at that, worker, we've just jumped on a bit there. Worker's done and dusted with this one. Just a little patch to go. And if you can see, still got about 63% left in from doing that field. So the fertilizer does go quite a long way. If that was lime, I would have had to fill up there about 10 times just to do that one field. So something to bear in mind there. Make sure you've got a nice bank balance if you want to tackle some lime, because it's very expensive and it goes very quickly. So that's the carrot field down. This is onions. Can you see the different pattern? If you look to the right, you can see the carrot pattern is different. It's more like potatoes, where onions, it's given a different kind of mud texture on the field.
Yes, yeah.
So you will start to learn a little bit as time goes on what's in them. And obviously you can go onto the map as well to have a look on there, and it will show you on there by the colour codes what colour matches what product and what's in the ground. So it's an easy way, but you'll get used to it, because obviously if you're planting it as well, you'll have a bit of an idea of what you've put in the ground.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we harvest these onions. 2 fields of onions. I really want to know how much this is going to make, but I've got a feeling it's going to be Christmas come early.
Nice little bonus.
Oh, definitely. So the onions are finished, and that worker's done a cracking job and managed to finish the onions for us. Brilliant. I do love this. If you're going to buy your own seeder and planter, Josh, get one of these, because this thing is good. Like I said, it doesn't do fertilizing. Some do fertilizing here, but look at that. That worker's doing a cracking job with that fertilizer on the back of it. Nice wide pattern. You don't need anything else. You don't really need to get a seeder what's got it in. Look, you see the colours match there. Onions, carrots. Perfect. Fertilizer's going down nice. That's what we want. It's all growing. Just wait until you see them start going yellow to orange. They're ready to harvest. Oh, it's going to be a good day. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried this as well, Josh, but when you jump into in the cab as well and you do the in-cab view, sometimes I find it a little bit trickier to keep it in a straight line than when I'm outside.
Do you know what? I prefer driving in cab purely because, obviously, you play with your controller. At the moment, all I've got is my keyboard.
Right, okay.
And if you're holding down the buttons to steer, you hold it down and that wheel is going round 3-4 times and you don't think about it. So
it's
when
very
you're actually
true.
in it and you're just tapping the keys and you can see that the wheel's moving, doing what you want it to do, it makes it so much easier. If I'm outside, obviously it takes a couple of seconds for the tractor to actually change its path. So
right, yeah, true.
I'm definitely preferring using the in-cab view at the moment.
True, yeah. Well, as you can see on here, we've already got a C point, which was part of the map. It was already built in with the map. So we've got it, I don't know, £4,000? I don't know if that's expensive or not. I'm not really sure if that is expensive, if there's other things out there what you can get that are cheaper. I'm not sure. Maybe you could buy some pallets of it and maybe that would be cheaper. If I'm honest, I don't know. It's handy because it's there. So we filled up 5,800 litres of seed in it, ready to rumble. Now, obviously, as you know, Josh, you can change it over between the different products. It can put in the ground the different crops.
Yeah.
At the minute, it's sat on onions. Don't need to worry about that. It doesn't matter. As long as you remember before you go and plant someone else. If you think, you know what, I'm going to go put some corn or wheat in, and then you forget to change it, you're going to get a little patch of onions. Nobody wants some onions in the wheat field, do they?
No.
Now, as you can see, the shed's quite small, and I thought, wise idea to try and put it in that shed to keep it out the rain. It's a bit of a big seeder to try and fit in a tiny shed. You know, big things in small places, it's just not a good combination, you see.
We all know from experience.
We all know exactly. We've all, put our seeders in small places. But let's go for this one. This is bigger. This has got in the combine. Just slip it nicely down the side of the combine. Keep it in there, out the rain for a rainy day. I could have given it a bit of a wash first, but hey ho, we'll get someone else to sort that out for us. We'll employ someone to do a bit of washing for us. Hey, Josh, that's your job. You can do that after.
That's what we pay Jeeves for.
Well, that's the one. we can store the JCB there. Again, we could have maybe given it a bit of a wash, but we'll store the JCB there. This little thing's doing well. So it's only a small tractor, but it's doing well with the fertilizing. It's just enough for this. As you can see, the worker doesn't seem to want to stop at the little grass patch. He just keeps steaming away. Now, he's stopped because I've had to take over here because he's ran out of fertilizer. So we filled it up to do the carrot field. It's done the carrot and nearly 2 of them onion fields. That's not bad going now.
Not bad value for money, is it?
You can't moan at that, really. It's not bad. So let's tuck it in here. Let's go and open it up. Fill some more fertilizer. Now, we don't need... I'm not going to fill it full because we don't need to fill it full, do we? We've only got a little patch to do. So we just got a little patch to finish off. Just enough. 21%. That's ample. You watch, I'll probably got it wrong and find out it's not ample. Just this little patch here to do, you see. So, yeah, we should be okay, I think. So we'll get this done, and then the onions will be stage 1 fertilized. So the helper has done then fertilizing the rest of that field. Now, Josh, what you can do is some of these fields, that little grass bit between the 2 fields, you can actually take that out, plough it out, and have one big field.
I was going to say, it seems like we might as well with the fact that he's just going straight over them.
You can do, but I've left it in at the minute because in case you want to put 2 different crops in. At the minute, I've put onions because, well, let's just say we're greedy. We want to boost up the bank balance, and 2 fields of onions. Why not? But yeah, you can literally plough all them together so it's one massive field. Now, I have done that in previous off-screen versions of this game, and I did put in that whole section cotton. Now, that was interesting. That took some time to do because cotton is slow. And does take it's not a very speedy thing. I think it's about 6 miles an hour, if that even. And it's only about 3 meters wide. So the cotton machines, it's one you have to definitely set on a worker and just keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
Now, unless you love that kind of thing, and then you can sit through it. But
it's like everything with this game, really. You've really got to enjoy doing it.
Oh, definitely.
To play it, haven't you?
Definitely. Yep. And I do, in a strange way, I quite like sometimes when you're doing this, because it's sort of the satisfaction of knowing that you have actually spent the time and done it yourself. Yeah, we can just employ workers for all of it. I like sometimes to get the workers if you've got a lot of things to do. Workers come in handy for that if you've got a lot of things to do. At the minute, we've just got these 3 fields, so we're not doing too bad. We're just getting into it. We're just settling into this now. We're just building. Trust me, we're going to have a lot more fields to do soon as time goes on. And I think this episode, that is the first thing that I've washed. See, we do wash things. I do, we don't have to employ everybody. I do wash some things. Just don't look around the farm too much for, bits that might not be washed. Now, let's see if we can fit the tractors in here, because this is a smaller one. The plough's in there, so that's a nice plough. But it's a bit rocky, so you have to watch, my kind of driving. You turn corners, and yes, it goes over, so you just have to be a little bit careful, a bit delicate on the corners. But we'll drop the lime off, and then I think we'll keep the tractors in here as well. We'll put them on the other side, I think. And we'll get the JCB in as well. Now, have you used many plows, Josh, when you've been sort of having to play this game so far? Done much ploughing?
Yeah, we did some. I think I did some last night, actually. I was using the 50-meter one. Yes,
that thing is a beast. It really is a bit of a monster. I'm sure you might see it at some point in one of these videos.
Actually, the first day we played and you brought it round, I went, "What the hell?" You just look at how high it's going up into the sky.
Bit of a monster. Speaking of monsters, look at the size difference of them things. JCB and the little tractor, so cute.
Father and son.
That's the one. So store them up for a rainy day because now we've got to wait for the crops to grow. So let's shut the doors. Again, they're good fun, trying to shut the doors on these things. Just doesn't want to go. There we go. Just doesn't want to go.
But you're back into it.
So we'll just see if we can try and secure some of these then because we don't want anybody coming around and starting to nick our combines, do we?
Definitely not.
So it's definitely been a productive day in this episode.
Plenty of money on the way.
There's definitely, there's money just through that doorway there. Now, pink tractor. We all know who the pink tractor was. Pink lorry. We all know who that was, don't we?
Yeah.
I do think we need to change it up, if I'm honest. Pink doesn't really suit on this farm anymore, does it? So we need to really change that. We need to blend it in. The lorry, my Arctic's black. I think we need to kind of blend it in. We've got a black tractor. We've got a JCB tractor as well. We need to blend it in. So let's go get us a vehicle workshop. Because did you know, Josh, if you get a vehicle workshop, some maps come with them on, some don't. If not, you can easily put a vehicle workshop in. This allows you to be able to change like the wheels, the tires, add more wheels on, colors. You know, you can change pretty much whatever you want with the vehicle at the vehicle workshop. So I'm thinking, put it here out of the way. There's nothing here apart from a skip. Now we can't move the skip unfortunately, but we'll just put this here, keep it out of the way, get rid of a bit of the grass as well around it. Does it look level to you? It's tricky to gauge
how small it's coming up on my screen.
It's very tricky to try and gauge how level that is. I think that will do.
Yeah.
If not, doesn't matter. So we'll just get rid of some of the... now, it's gone red, you can see. It's going red because it's too close to the road and it doesn't want me to change the form of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to try and go as much as you can. So it's just to try and tidy it up a little bit. So what you've got to do is put the vehicle near the front of that, go to the little yellow marker there, and you'll be able to then edit parts of your vehicle, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, some vehicles you can mod a lot on, some you can't. Again, it depends on what you want to mod and what you want to do with it, really. Colours, again, some vehicles you can change colours on, some you can't. Depends what tractor and what vehicle it is. Now, clearly, as you can see, the wagons, yes, we can change the colours because it's bright pink. It's not really a colour that we want sitting on this farm, really. So we need to change that.
Not particularly.
So this is going to allow me to be able to change that. So now we've done a bit of decorative work on the ground to get rid of the grass and make it look a bit neater. Not quite as neat as I want it. But unfortunately, we can't get too close to the road because it won't allow us. So let's go park it in front of it. Let's go change the pink. And let's go match the rest of the vehicles on the farm. So all you do is go into here, you can see, you can click repair, and you can repair it if it needs servicing, and we can just go change the colour. So you can put plenty of colours on there. So Josh, I know you'd go for purple on yours.
Yep.
Or would you mix it up and go for a bit of purple, a bit of orange? Because you see the cab you can change, and you can change the back as well.
I'd have to see that to decide, I think. I'm not sure how well that would go.
It could look a bit of a headache, couldn't it, really? But this is what we can do. So I've changed it all to onyx because I do like onyx. The bit of matte black does look nice.
I mean,
that looks good. Look at that.
I'm surrounded by that constantly.
That's very true. Very true. This I like though. That looks good. So we'll go park it up now and add it to the fleet. And I don't think we've got anything else on this farm now that's a surprising kind of colour. Everything else looks normal.
This is one thing you need to teach me, is how to actually reverse trailers.
Yeah, you did
because
tell me you're
for the life
struggling
of
now.
me, I can't.
Well, I'm sure we'll sort that out for you, maybe on a live stream sometime. But for everybody who's watched this,
brilliant.
thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always, and hopefully soon we will get to harvest that. Josh, thank you for sitting on this one, and hopefully you've learned something.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Until next time, we'll see you again soon.